sector now, where over 900,000 candidates have begun writing their KCSE theory examinations countrywide, as the country's top education officials put emphasis on integrity during the examination period. While overseeing the collection and distribution of exam papers in different parts of the country, education officials assured Kenyans that adequate measures have been put in place for a seamless exam period. As Winfrey Owino reports, Teachers Service Commission recruited 101,000 teachers to invigilate the month-long annual exercise.
Monday marked the start of secondary school national examinations, popularly known as the Kenya Certificate of Secondary Education, KCSE. Top education officials were at various exam paper speaking points, supervising the collection and distribution of exam papers to school heads. However, the turn-up by state officials was minimal compared to last week when KCPE was starting. National Examinations Council CEO David Njegere was in Kiambu County overseeing the exercise. He says the government had adequate emergency response preparation and warned against the use of mobile phones in exam centers.
In the interest of addressing the biggest challenge we had last year with KCSE, which was early exposure of the second session paper. That is the only challenge that we had. There is a new rule that the government is implementing, which is that KCSE, the first session will be conducted from 8 o'clock. Then the center managers will return those scripts to the container and they will collect the second session.
We liaised with the Ministry of Education. We identified all the centers, examination centers, and we deployed adequate. So I think for the issue of security of examination materials, that one is well covered.
While supervising the examination papers collection in Mombasa, Teacher Service Commission boss Nancy Macharia said 101,376 secondary school teachers were recruited to invigilate the national examination.
We are on the last leg, which is usually the most difficult because the schools are far apart, and as you know also because the weather has not been very good last week, but we are hoping for the best, and everything has been put in place to ensure that the examinations succeed.
Elsewhere, Kenya Institute of Curriculum Development CEO Charles Ongondo said adequate transport facilities, including helicopters, have been put up on standby to ensure the examination papers and even candidates access the various centers. While distributing the exams in Malindi, Professor Ngondo said NEC had mapped out high-risk and flood-prone areas.
And we are ready with all sorts of arrangements to make sure we counter that. We have helicopters which will reach places that are flooded. We have arrangements to move children if schools get flooded in various areas. This is already being done in some areas like Mandera and Baringo and Samburu.
We thought that maybe the rain could disrupt the examinations, but now we can see the weather is good, so we believe that the exams will go on uninterrupted.
The total candidates we have is around 3,200 candidates so far for both KCSE.
KCSE exams began a week ago with practical papers for elective subjects. On Monday, the students sat for chemistry and English paper 1. As per NEC's official timetable, the students will sit for Maths Paper 1 and English Paper 2 on Tuesday, Chemistry Paper 2 and English Paper 3 on Wednesday, Kiswahili Paper 1 and 2 before doing the chemistry practical the next day. The examinations will end on November 24th and is the first to implement the Ministry of Education's new grading system. In 2022, a total of 881,416 candidates sat for the national examination, and about 140,000 of them have now joined public and private universities. Winfrey Owino, KTN News.
Well, still on day one of the KCSE theory examinations, two students from